There have been at least 2 fires inside subway cars over the past 5 days.
On the subway in Brooklyn, we know at least 13 people are hurt.
Subway crime surging in New York City. The MTA.
Thousands of kilometers of modern subway systems, fast and smooth monorails and light rails, high-speed trains that can take you from one city to another in no time. Now, with the new Skytrain in Wuhan, a fully automated and driverless train, China is introducing even more ways to travel above the ground. It's clear that the country is always working on new ways to make transportation easier for everyone.
Coming to visit today the Skytrain here in Wuhan. It's a popular attraction here. This train actually was designed as a touristic line. Maybe not many people will use it for commuting, but mostly tourists and travelers and visitors to Wuhan will come here because it connects a few attractions in the city. The train itself is a very nice attraction. Oh, look at that, so beautiful.
Known for its rapid growth and major investments in technology, Wuhan is a metropolis of 12 million people. To become a hub for innovation, the city has invested more than 60 billion USD in infrastructure development over recent years. Just Wuhan's metro system now spans more than 1,200 kilometers, making it one of the largest in the country.
You see all the people were so excited, like they all have their phones taking pictures and making videos of the thing, including us, because it's the first time we're coming to this train. Oh, so warm.
Here are some numbers of Wuhan's Skytrain. It covers a track length of 10.5 kilometers. There are 6 stations along the Skytrain route. It can reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. Each train can carry up to 300 passengers. The project cost was around 1.8 billion US dollars, and it began operations in 2023.
It looks quite different from regular subway or trains. You have a heating system here because it's quite cold outside, which is cool. What got my attention is that you have transparent or glass floors, which is something very common here in China. You have bridges, you have a lot of structures with glass floors, and now we have a train we can see through while we're riding.
But why China keeps building this kind of advanced urban transit systems? Well, there are 6 key reasons for this. Number 1, growing cities. In 1980, only about 20% of the population in China lived in urban areas. By 2024, this figure had increased to 67%. So Chinese cities are getting bigger as more people move to urban areas. Modern transit systems help maintain this growth and make it easier to get around. Number 2, environmental concerns. Air pollution is a big problem in many Chinese cities. By building electric trains and other green transport systems, China is trying to reduce pollution and make transportation cleaner.
It's quite stable actually. You feel like when it's turning around, you kind of feel the shaking, but I think it's pretty normal. But for being this type of train that is actually suspended, it's quite stable. I think it's a very nice technology they're using to design this train.
Reason number 3, technology and innovation. In 2024 alone, China allocated 52 billion US dollars to science and technology, marking a 10% increase over the previous year. The country wants to be a world leader in technology. Building these high-tech transit systems shows off their skills in engineering and infrastructure, but it also helps boost the economy. Number 4, moving people efficiently. With so many people in Chinese cities, public transport needs to be fast and efficient. Systems like high-speed trains and elevated sky trains can carry a lot of people quickly, avoiding long delays.
It's an automatic system. There's not an actual driver, but I saw there is like somebody supervising maybe at the end of the train. There is a camera here I guess that's the operator. Basically, the train can run from both ends. So that side and this side. You have the buttons and all the equipment here.
Reason number 5. Reducing traffic. Traffic jams are common in crowded cities. In LA, for example, one of the most congested cities in the world, commuters spend an average of 119 hours annually stuck in traffic. New transit systems like the Skytrain wants to avoid that situation in Chinese cities. Number 6, and what I consider the most important reason, long-term planning. China often thinks about the future. The country is building these systems not just for today, but to help improve life in cities for many years to come.
And we get to see more people joining us. Today's weekdays, so probably weekends it's going to be a little bit more crowded.
The Wuhan Skytrain is officially known as the Optics Valley Suspended Monorail. It operates from 8 in the morning to 8 at night, with trains running at 10 minutes intervals. This schedule ensures a steady flow of transportation options for passengers throughout the day.
We made a video last time in Shenzhen. It's a monorail. It's smaller. I think it's more simple. This is more stable than that one. That one was probably designed for like people who live nearby the BYD headquarters, which is one of the biggest automakers in the world. So there are like thousands of people living around. They need to connect like the headquarters to the living quarters. Here is designed for visitors and tourism. The surroundings look very beautiful. A lot of parks, green areas. This is the first part of this project. There is a second line or a second phase that will expand the lines and the reach of this Skytrain. The main attraction is that it's suspended. It's like hanging. The rails are on the top of the train rather than the bottom like regular subways. This one is quite unique.
I also want to make a bit of a comparison of public transportation infrastructure between the two major economies in the world nowadays. It's no secret that China's systems are built more quickly, while US cities often focus on upgrading older infrastructure. Building urban transit systems in China is usually faster and cheaper because the government heavily funds the projects, allowing them to be completed quickly. In the US, building transit systems is more expensive and takes longer because projects rely on a mix of federal, state, and local funds, and face more regulations and higher labor costs.
The configuration for the seats is quite different. There are some seats kind of facing outwards, facing to the windows, so people can sit down and enjoy the scenic views that the train offers, all the surroundings, all the green areas. Today is kind of cloudy and foggy, so it's not probably the best day to show, but yeah, if you come here on spring or autumn, I've heard it's so beautiful. A lot of projects under construction, like this road. It's not finished yet, but you can tell it's still building up, probably connecting more areas. And it's like quite big road. So probably this area is going to become an important place here in Wuhan. You get to see also a lot of like buildings under construction. There are a lot of places here in China under construction. That's why I feel always so excited about the future and what you will get to see probably in 5 or 10 years. It's going to be just incredible.
China is rapidly developing modern urban transit systems to handle growing populations and keep up with urbanization. Cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Wuhan have extensive subway networks and even elevated systems like the Wuhan Skytrain. These systems are designed to move large number of people quickly and efficiently. In contrast, public transport in the US is often less efficient, especially in smaller cities where services can be limited. While larger cities have frequent subways and buses, many US transit systems are older, less integrated, and face challenges with funding and maintenance. US cities are also more dependent on cars, leading to more congestion. While China's transit systems are innovative and forward-thinking, many US cities struggle to modernize their infrastructure to meet future needs.
These are the type of projects that are transforming China into a more modern country. A lot of people love to visit this city, And with this kind of infrastructure, I believe more and more people will be visiting Wuhan and China. So if you come to China, take note, come to Wuhan and visit. It's a beautiful city.
By 2030, China's public transportation infrastructure is set to see some impressive growth. The country plans to extend its high-speed rail network to 7,000 kilometers, connecting all provincial capitals and cities with population over 500,000. This massive expansion will help improve connectivity across the country. China is also investing heavily in transport infrastructure, with an estimated $1.8 trillion spent between 2021 and 2025, focusing on modernizing and enhancing various transit systems. The infrastructure sector itself is expected to grow $1.17 trillion by 2025, with a projected annual growth rate of 6.32%, reaching $1.59 trillion by 2030. These efforts aim to improve efficiency, reduce traffic congestions, and support economic growth, positioning China one more time as a global leader in transportation infrastructure. Folks, I'm gonna be wandering around nice and beautiful places here in China and documenting about it. I will also be Instagramming my day-to-day and my trips in this awesome country. Feel free to follow me and leave your comments and impression over there about life in China. I will leave the link to my account in the description down below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my follow-up stories about what's going on in this part of the world. If you think there might be someone else interested in these kind of videos, please consider sharing. My name is Rafael, thanks for watching, and stay safe until next time.